Hello, welcome to PRTC's coverage of local and regional high school sports. Tonight, Friday, October 1st, we are bringing you high school football. And we are going to pause for the national anthem.
Our band will be playing the national anthem.
Hello, once again, we'd like to welcome you to PRTC's coverage of local and regional high school sports. Tonight, Friday, October 1st, we are bringing you high school football as the Pineville Mountain Lions have traveled to McKee, Kentucky to take on your Jackson County Generals. We are live streaming this game on our PRTC TV Facebook page and also on our PRTC TV YouTube channel. The game will also be replayed several times on PRTC's cable channel 109. This is Jacob Boland, and I'm here with Justin Lakes, TJ Isaacs, Lucas Hensley, and Mark Sulfridge. Justin, how are you doing this evening?
Good, brother. Good to have you in the booth with us.
It's nice to be here. We got a wonderful night for football as the Generals open at home for their first time this season.
Yeah, it's good to finally get the team on the field, get up here and finally get to play a game. Had a lot of games canceled because of COVID protocols, and I'm sure these kids are eager to show out in front of a home crowd.
The Generals have elected to receive the kick to start the game, and Pineville will be kicking off to them. Kick is up, and it's bobbled, and the Generals appear to have dived on it.
Yeah, it looked like
recovered by the Generals.
Like the Generals recovered. So for the Generals, looks like Jacob Hunley at quarterback. He does a little bit of everything for the Generals. He's leading passer, leading rusher,
and 10.
even the leader in some defensive stats as well. So up there in tackles, I mean, does a little bit of everything. Very talented kid back there in the pocket.
Ball is in play, and we're getting ready to see the snap. We've got a penalty flag. It's going to be a false start on the Generals.
Penalty on the play. False start. Generals.
That'll back them up. Not really the way you wanted to get things rolling.
No, especially against a Pineville team that has got a good record, obviously a decent team. Handled a Berea team that we had a tough time with pretty handedly, so don't want to give the better teams any additional yardages.
Now they're going to start on the 29. Ball is snapped. Hunley takes it. He's rolling left, looking downfield. He's got a man. He got it.
That's good.
First down to about the 46, 47-yard line.
Yeah.
Nice play.
Couldn't tell who made the catch. I know Blake Allen for Jackson County, very, very talented receiver. Jackson County trying to get him out in the flats, averaging 100 yards a game. We're going to try to utilize him against the secondary of Pineville.
Yeah, he's the team's leading receiver coming in, and matter of fact, he's their leading receiver coming back from last year. Looks like the ball spotted on the 46 as the Generals come out of the huddle and line up. Here's
and we got
another
a
flag.
Yeah, another false. False start on Pineville.
False start. Generals.
On us.
Another false start. That's going to back them up another 5.
Be interesting to see when the Generals decide to give the handoff to Quadarius Skillman, a new player for the Generals. First game, he's at running back, and another flag on the play.
Yeah, a little miscommunication on the snap. Generals were lucky to fall back on it. We'll see what the flag is here.
The Generals having a hard time early taking care of the football. I don't know if it may be first home game jitters, could be.
Yeah, and that's definitely going to be a key to this game is keeping a hold of the football.
Yeah,
it's a holding penalty against Jackson County.
So I'm counting so far about 15 yards worth of penalties
Timeout.
early.
Generals.
Timeout Generals, and probably going to be a refocusing timeout.
Yeah. We're going to go to a commercial break. We'll be right back.
There's so many great things about life in gig country, and PRTC is proud to be one more. A local internet provider with all the speed and reliability your family needs, backed by hometown service and support. Whether you need to just check email or power multiple Wi-Fi devices all over your home, we've got the right package for you. Stop by one of our friendly offices, give us a call, or visit us online to learn more. PRTC, your local internet connection. It's been a tough year, and PRTC is here to help by providing the emergency broadband benefit to qualifying customers. While the allotted federal funds last, if anyone in your household qualifies for certain government benefits or has lost substantial income this past year, PRTC may be able to provide free broadband or reduce your current broadband bill by up to $50 a month. One discount available per household. Visit getemergencybroadband.org now to learn more. PRTC, keeping you connected.
Hello and welcome back to the action. You just missed a 2-yard carry up the middle for the Generals, and they are going to be looking at second and about 23 from their own 30-yard line.
If you're just now joining us, Jackson County having a hard time early taking care of the football. About 15 yards worth of penalties so far.
A few bobbled snaps and some dicey handling of the football to get started here.
Yeah, one 15-yard completion by Hunley that got taken away with penalties.
Little screen out to the right, and that ball is dropped as well. Let's see if they rule it incomplete or a completion and a fumble. Incomplete. Generals look to try to have a little screen going to try to get them out of this hole. And now they're going to be faced with 3rd and about 23. They've got to get all the way to the 44 of Pineville to get the first down.
And that's a long way.
Here they come to the line. Ball is snapped. Hundley drops back. Another screen out right. Caught by 45. And he gets about 2, and he's out to, looks like the 42-yard line.
Yeah, Noah Collett, big, strong freshman there. Good catch. Just can't get much going right now.
So that brings the Generals to 4th down.
Generals.
And it looks like they're sending out the punt team.
And it looks like Landon Clifton back to receive, back to kick it.
Clifton the punt.
Generals come to the line. Number 1 for Pineville back to receive the kick, and that is
it's blocked.
A blocked kick.
And recovered by
Pineville.
Punt is blocked.
Just
recovered by Pineville.
nothing going right for Jackson County right now.
Tough start early for the Generals as Pineville is going to take their first possession deep into Jackson County territory, and they're going to start at the Generals on 20.
So see what Jackson County looks like on the defensive side of the ball. Still a little jittery, a little nervous on the offensive end.
Pineville comes up to the line. They've got number 13 at quarterback.
That'd be Jason Nunley.
Ball is snapped and an incomplete pass
Pass
left.
is incomplete.
Nunley good for a touchdown every game so far.
I know we were looking through the rosters earlier, and one thing that stuck out about Pineville is they have a lot of upperclassmen that sort of fill out their roster. 2nd and 10 for Pineville from the Jackson County 20. Snap and a handoff up the middle. He's to the 5, and he's going to walk in untouched to the end zone. Touchdown Pineville.
Mountain Lions.
Yep. And it looked like he was the only man on the field on that play.
And I think that was number 1 for Pineville, who was back to receive the punt earlier.
Devin Morris.
Devin Morris.
The touchdown.
So Pineville looks like they are setting up for the extra point. And the ball is snapped. Hold is down. Kick is up. And it is good for a 7-0 Pineville lead.
The Generals will receive.
Now, is that something you see a lot of in high school football? A lot of field goal kicking?
Not a ton, especially around this area. You see a lot of 2-point conversions.
Right.
Not a ton of kicking. So I was sort of interested to see Pineville come out for the extra point there.
Well, I feel like in high school football, for you to kick a lot of field goals, you got to have a pretty good line. You got to be able to block. And
Yeah.
I think that's probably why a lot of teams don't, especially the smaller teams. They just don't have the line to keep the kick from being blocked.
Pineville is out with the ball set on their 40, ready to kick off, and the Generals break out of the huddle. And here they come. And Blake Allen is back to receive the kick.
Blake Allen, like we said, a lot of speed in the backfield.
He's somebody the Generals definitely
Allen
want to get
back
the
to
ball in
receive
his
from
hands
the
as much as
Generals.
possible. Kick is up, and this one's going to be fielded short and taken a knee by number 7, Orrin Frost. So the Generals are hoping for a better start here on this next possession. starting from their own 29-yard line, it looks like, where the officials have the ball spotted.
So, a couple of completions already for Jackson County in the air. Looked pretty good in the pass game. I think one of the weaker points of Jackson County's offense is the running game. They're really hoping that they'll get a surprise here in Skillman.
Snap is up, a read option for Hunley. He's going to take it. He's got about 7, and he lays a big hit on the Pineville linebacker coming up trying to make the tackle.
Flag on the play.
There is a flag on the play, and this is going to be another holding call against the Generals.
Holding against the Generals.
So we thought we had a nice little pickup, but once again, a penalty is sort of going to delay this drive, and it's going to put the Generals in a hole here in their own territory.
The Generals, it's their own worst enemy so far.
Looks like the ball is spotted on roughly the 19.5-yard line. So they're facing another 1st and 20. Here they come out of the huddle. Ball snapped. Hunley drops back. Ooh. Carry right as he pitched it off, and Pineville is there pretty quickly to make the hit after about a 2-yard gain by Blake Allen. So the Generals are now looking at 2nd and we'll call it 18.
About 18, yeah.
Here they come out of the huddle.
I think they might put it in the air here.
Ball is snapped. Hunley drops back. Another screen right, and that ball is picked off with a fantastic play by the defensive end from Pineville.
Wow.
He seen that little screen pass coming.
He did. Read it well, and good body control to tip it and then dive on it.
So Pineville is going to take over at the Jackson County 13-yard line as we approach 8.5 minutes left in this first quarter of action. Nunley back in the pocket. He's got Morris to his right. He catches it, drops back, looking to the end zone, and incomplete. Underthrew his receiver a little.
I'll tell you what, it's a good thing he did, because he was fixing to tiptoe right through the bushes, right into the end zone with nobody around him again. Jackson County secondary-wise, which should be one of their stronger suits. I know linebacker and corner, they say they're pretty good there, but so far, not looking that way.
Pineville with the ball back, looking at 2nd and 10 from the Jackson County 13, and they are going to draw the Generals offside with another penalty.
That is 5 penalties against the Generals so far.
Offside by the Generals.
So now, instead of looking at 2nd and 10 without ever having to run a play, Pineville is going to be able to advance it to the 8 and looking at now 2nd and 5. Nunley back in the shotgun. He's got Morris to his right. Ball is snapped, and he hands it to Morris again, and again he is going to walk untouched into the end zone for a Pineville touchdown.
Just a fake left and a cut back right.
Touchdown.
Good job of blocking for him by the men up front from Pineville, but just walked in there again.
He's really shifty. He started left, like you said, and planted that left foot in the ground and shot right, and there was nobody else catching him. Here Pineville comes for the extra point. Here's the snap. The hold is good. The kick is up, and the kick is no good. He missed it wide left. So it's 13-0 Pineville. And we are going to go to a TV break. We will see you right back here after this commercial break.
Fiber-powered internet from PRTC is fast, crazy fast. Experience crazy fast internet speeds from PRTC with reliable downloads up to 1 gig. Now you can surf, stream, game, chill with speed to spare. And with our new GigaSpire Blast, you'll enjoy the ultimate Wi-Fi experience everywhere in your home. Accelerate your internet. Contact PRTC to sign up or upgrade your internet today.
How'd I do?
You'll get better.
Tim can't wait to be a real driver. But for now, he's king of the online track. Thanks to PRTC Broadband, our 100% fiber network speeds up to 1 gig, give him the edge against players anywhere, even the other end of the couch.
Whoa.
You'll get better.
Visit prtcnet.org to learn more.
Hello and welcome back. We have just received the kickoff. The
Tanner
Generals
Rose
have
on the
received
return.
the kick from Pineville. Tanner Rose got a couple back, and the Generals are going to have pretty decent starting field position here. We'll see if they can capitalize and maybe put some of these penalties behind them.
Really got to. Haven't even made it across the 50-yard line yet for all the penalties. Really going to have to shake out the nerves, get the ball moving.
Ball spotted here on the 33 as Jacob Hunley goes back behind center. The ball is snapped. He drops back, rolls left, and he is going to be sacked.
Looks like number 64 with a sack. That is George. Let's see. No, I had the wrong one. That is Alex Forster.
So that's going to be roughly a 9.5, 10-yard loss. And so Jackson County, once again, sort of putting themselves in a deep hole here in their own territory as they're going to face second and about 19 or 20.
Yeah, Forster was all over Hunley almost from the snap. No, just didn't get a real good block there.
Hunley from the shotgun, and he is going to give it on the halfback draw up the middle to, I think that's number 10, Blake Allen.
Carry by Allen.
A decent little pickup as Allen is going to get it back to about the 26, 27-yard line. So we'll call it 3rd and about 14. Here comes the Generals back up to the line. Hunley in the shotgun, 2 backs behind him. And he is going to do the read option, and he keeps it, and he might get back to the line of
Carry
scrimmage.
by Hundley.
And that's going to bring up a 4th down for Jackson County, and here comes the punting unit. Landon Clifton is going to drop back to punt, and the Generals are hoping for a better outcome this punt attempt, as the last one was blocked and recovered by
Clifton to
Pineville.
punt.
Ball is at the 28 of the Generals. Here's the snap, and he gets this one off. It's a nice punt. Ball hits, takes a friendly Jackson County bounce, and the Generals are going to down it at the Pineville 33-yard line. That was a nice punt by Landon Clifton.
Takes a boot to kick it that far. You ever try to kick a football that far?
I'm afraid I hurt myself.
I did it one time. My whole leg went numb.
You must have got it good.
But, I mean, don't have a real long leg either.
Pineville is going to take back over at the 33. There's a conversation going on here with the officials. And they have officially marked it, and Pineville is ready out of the huddle with about 6 minutes left to play. Here is Nunley in the shotgun, and a timeout is going to be taken by Pineville. And with that timeout, we are going to go to break with them. We will be right back with the action in just a minute.
Located in the Jackson County Regional Industrial Park in Annville, Kentucky, the Jackson County McKee Industrial Development Authority helps companies and communities win. It is and always will be our mission to recruit new business and industry and support the people in our region. We want the people and industry to stay in Jackson County, and here's why. We offer workforce information and training, business planning for new and existing businesses, the fastest broadband in Kentucky, state-of-the-art facilities, and financial assistance and tax incentives. All of this with a rich culture of communities that care. We were just announced as a certified work-ready in progress area. What does this mean for Jackson County? It means that we're ready to go to work with a diverse, skilled, and dedicated workforce. We now have a prime 22-acre construction-ready location just off the newly constructed Highway 30 and only 18 miles from I-75. Close enough, yet far enough. We're Kentucky's advanced manufacturing hub.
And we are back, and that was a handoff up the middle to number 12.
Tackle by Sizemore.
And that is Sawyer Thompson, a freshman from Pineville, and he picks up about 6, and Pineville is going to have it at their own 41, facing a 2nd and 4. Pineville's out of the huddle, and Nunley looks like he's going to take the shotgun snap with 2 backs behind him to his left and right. Here's the snap, and play action, incomplete pass.
Pass is incomplete.
Nice job by the Generals defense. After sort of a rough start, they may be getting it together here as a penalty marker flies late.
And that's usually not a good sign.
We'll see here if the officials advance it or take it back. They're still discussing, and it looks like an eligible downfield on Pineville, and they are going to back it up 5 yards. So Pineville now is going to take the snap essentially from where they started at 2nd and 9 from the Pineville 36-yard line. Nunley back in the gun. He's got Morris straight behind him in a pistol formation. And he hands it off to Morris, and Morris has a big hole on the right-hand side. And he is down to the Jackson County 49. And we're seeing some more of that shiftiness from Morris that we've seen already.
Yeah, he's really, really hard to tackle.
So that's going to be a pickup of about 12 yards. So the ball's now on the Jackson County 49 as Pineville has a fresh set of downs. Nunley back in the gun. Motions a fullback in front. Morris behind him. And a screen to the fullback is going to fall incomplete. And another penalty flag is thrown. And this, Justin, this looks like it may have come on the hit to the quarterback.
Well, for Jackson County's sake, they better hope it was, because they can't seem to stop Morris in the open field. I mean, he's just like a razor blade cutting through their offense, and really need to get a stop here. I mean, try to get some kind of momentum going.
And indeed it was, roughing the passer on the Generals, so that's going to advance the ball 15 more yards. So Pineville now, already back deep into Jackson County territory, is going to take the next snap from the General 39-yard line.
6 penalties so far against Jackson County that have just killed them.
It's hard to have some positive momentum and then keep shooting yourself in the foot. You've got to clean that up if you want to have a chance to come back in this one.
That's right.
Nunley back in the gun, Good protection. Pocket closes, and he is sacked, but some more penalty flags. We will see what this is here.
It's just seemingly every play a flag is being thrown. A lot of penalties so far.
Some of you may notice as we're waiting on this call, there's a lot of pink in the flags. The flags today are pink, and that's because with October, Justin, we've started Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Yeah, we actually have some pins that we were given before the game. We are glad to participate in that.
So the penalty actually is on Pineville with a block below the waist, and that will back them up the 15 yards they just gained. So now Pineville will snap it back at their own 46-yard line, facing first and a long way. They have to reach the Jackson County 24 to pick up a first down. First and about 25, I think.
Looks like none of these might be changing things at the line.
Ball is snapped and handed off. Pretty nice gain here for Pineville up the middle.
52 again, but I don't have a number on it.
And that looks to be number 6 with the carry for Pineville. And that is
Landon King.
Landon King. So now the Pineville Mountain Lions are looking at 2nd and 12. Nunley back behind the gun. Ball is snapped, looking deep left, and he has a man, and it is caught by number 7, and he is going to be brought down at the general 10-yard line.
Tackle by Frost.
And so that's going to be roughly a 40-yard completion as Pineville was right at midfield. Now they're down to the Jackson County 9. And Justin, it feels like Pineville spent quite a bit of time here in deep in the general territory early in this first quarter.
Yeah, I mean, right when Jackson County thought, it kind of seemed like they had them where they wanted them there, a bomb out to the flat, and nobody home for Jackson County. Good tackle there by Frost, or we'd have seen another touchdown early from Pineville.
Handoff up the middle to Morris, and he walks into the end zone for a 3rd time from 9 yards deep for another touchdown, Pineville. This Morris kid's hard to bring down, Justin.
Tell you what, he's they just bounce off of him. Looking at roughly 31 yards rushing so far for Nunley, and seemed like every time he gets it in his hands, the end zone follows.
So Pineville lines up once again for the extra point. And we'll see here if he has a little better success. Ball is bobbled on the snap, and Generals do a good job of collapsing on it, and they are going to deny the point after attempt. With that, we are going to take a short commercial break, and we will be back with action.
Yes, we're all quite over staying home right now. But we can make it better by streaming the great shows and movies we've been wanting to see. PRTC can help. With fast, reliable internet speeds up to 1 gig, enhanced by reliable Wi-Fi. Stream all you want, no matter how many gadgets are going at once. And with our new GigaSpire Blast, you'll enjoy the ultimate Wi-Fi experience everywhere in your home. Contact PRTC to sign up or upgrade today.
So, what are we doing here?
Well, just a trim. Maybe kind of a layered look.
Will you read the sign?
How about some real choice? Like the choices you get with IPTV, new from PRTC. Enjoy free HD and new features like on-screen caller ID. Plus, record 4 programs at once with our HD DVR. PRTC. It's all about you.
And we are back with the kickoff, and this kickoff is going to kick out of bounds. So this is going to be a penalty here on Pineville for an illegal kick. And we'll see what Jackson County elects to do here.
Both teams, a lot of mistakes early. 9 penalties thrown so far. 3 against Pineville and 6 against Jackson County.
So the ball is going to be spotted at the 35-yard line as the Generals are going to take over, and they're hoping for some better luck this drive, Lakes.
Yeah, well, nowhere to go but up. They've had such a hard time advancing the football. Seemed like, at times it's been strictly penalties that's just killed them.
Yeah, when they've had some success, whether it mainly through the air, it seems like they've shot themselves in the foot and brought it right back with some penalties. Hundley drops back, fakes the handoff, looking downfield, escaping out to his left, and he is going to be sacked for a 4-yard loss back at the General 31-yard line.
Looked like maybe David Mayberry there with the sack.
Pineville's doing a good job of containing Hundley when he breaks out of the pocket. Hundley, if I'm not mistaken, is our leading rusher
yes,
coming into today as well. So that's typically a place he likes to get out and get open into space.
Yeah. Yeah, you can count on he's going to make good decisions back there. I mean, like I said, leading passer, leading rusher too, so very athletic. And we got a fumble and recovered by Pineville and down about the 10-yard line. So a danger zone again here for Jackson County.
On the play.
Anytime you're facing a good team, you've got to make sure you're taking care of the football and you are playing a clean game and penalties. And there's still a lot of time in this one, but to this point, the Generals have not been doing that. So Pineville, once again, Justin, they're going to take over inside the Jackson County 10-yard line.
And if I was a betting man, I'd bet that Morris touches the football here. I mean, he's just been automatic so far. I mean, it's just like a hot knife through butter.
Here comes Pineville up to the line. Nunley's actually going to go under center here, and he drops back, play action, and nice play by the Generals to break up that pass.
Pass is incomplete.
I want to think that was Orrin Frost, but I cannot see from here.
Yeah, hard to tell. I don't have to borrow Gary Dale's binoculars, but we look like that's probably a good call. Good play, whoever it was.
So Pineville now looking at 2nd and goal from the 10-yard line, and as they get into focus here, that was indeed number 7, Orrin Frost for the Generals.
Yeah. Orrin Frost, good defensive player, leading in tackles.
Long athletic body.
Yeah, good athlete.
Snap to Nunley, and he hands it off to Morris, who goes left, and he is going to walk into the end zone again.
Well, surprise. I mean, we sort of spoke that into existence, I guess, but, I mean, even a blind man could see that was going to happen. That, so far, no answer at all for Morris. 4 touchdowns in the game so far. I mean, he is just wreaking havoc with the football.
And if you're a Generals fan, the most frustrating part of that play is it looked like they had him bottled up. It looked like they had that play sort of shot down from the beginning, and they let him sort of squirt away. And once he gets to that edge, he's tough to catch.
Yeah, I mean sometimes they're just faster.
Pineville this time electing to go for 2 after the last 2 missed PATs, and guess who?
My goodness, I mean have a game. Morris, and we're still in the first half of this football game.
And with that, we are going to go to a commercial break. It is 27-0 Pineville.
bundle from PRTC is your local choice for internet, TV, and phone at a better value. Our internet's faster than ever with consistent, affordable speeds no matter how many devices are online. State-of-the-art TV connections deliver more HD choices, convenient DVR options, and now TV everywhere. And unlimited local calling with new long-distance plans backed by exceptional 24-hour customer service. Make the local choice for a better value. Call or visit PRTC online today.
And we are back, and the kick is up, and Orrin Frost is going to let this one go out of bounds again. So Pineville making some mistakes here in the kicking game as the last two kicks have traveled out of bounds. So Justin, General's desperately looking for a spark here on offense. What can we expect from them coming out of this little break?
Well, I've seen, so far it seems like they've had a little bit of success throwing the football. Seemed like on the play actions and the options, they're kind of running right into somebody's body. I think I might try to utilize Allen a little more and see if I can't get him out in an open area, maybe break something open. I mean, won't try anything at this point.
Yeah. The longer the ball is in the pocket, bad things have tended to happen.
Yes.
Hunley has the ball snapped to him. He rolls out left. He's looking downfield. He has a receiver, and he is going to pick up the first down and more as he's in Pineville territory, and he's finally brought down at the 39-yard line of Pineville. And a penalty flag at the end of the play.
Flag on the play.
It's hard to tell what this penalty is going to be, where it's at. I'd have to think it would be on the hit. But we will see what the officials let us know. As that is, as it stands, that is going to be a 20-yard gain for 25-yard gain. And the penalty is going to be against Jackson County at the end of the play. So they're backing it down back to the Jackson County 44-yard line.
Penalty against the Generals.
So the gain on the play will stand, and now the Generals, instead of being deep into Pineville territory, they're still looking at a manageable second and about 1 yard. Hunley back in the pocket, drops back. Looking out right, throws another screen to Collett, who makes a nice catch, but he is going to be tackled for a loss.
Good job by Collett to tip that ball to himself. Collett, even though he's a freshman, I mean, he's a big dude, and has took a few really good hits early in this game. He's obviously a strong kid. But you're seeing Jackson County throw the football a little more now, and I think that's the obvious play for him right now. I mean, had success, a little bit of success early. Got to stay away from the penalties. Penalties just kill them. Honestly, I mean, that's what's been that's hurting them worse than Pineville's defense so far. Is just they're playing better defense on themselves than Pineville is.
Hunley rolls out left. He's got Allen for a first down. And they will mark him at roughly the 49-yard line. And so that's going to be a pickup of about 7. It's good enough for a Jackson County first down. So they've sort of took some of your advice, Justin, and they've started getting it in the hands of Allen and trying to get him out in space.
I knew I'd be right about something one of these days.
And it looks like the Generals may be content to let the game clock roll down to zeros. Here they come to the line. They may try to get off one more snap, and it looks like they're going to try to. Down to 6 seconds. And snap is off. Rolling right. He's got Collett on a screen pass, and Collett is going to be tackled for a 4-yard loss. And so with that, we've reached the end of the first quarter. The Generals will come back looking at a 2nd and 14. We'll be right back with the action.
This is TV.
This is TV Set Free. TV everywhere from PRTC TV sets you free to watch what you want, where you want. Catch your favorite networks, including live TV, ready to watch on any web-connected device for no extra charge. That's TV Set Free. Enjoy the extra value of PRTC TV everywhere. Visit prtcnet.org and sign up today. There are lots of small reasons to have home phone service, and one very big one. 911 emergency location. Only a call from your home phone instantly transmits your address to emergency personnel. Cell phones can't.
911, what's your emergency?
If trouble comes to your home, seconds count. PRTC Home Phone helps first responders do their job. It's a small price to pay for what you can save.
And hello, we are back with the second quarter action. The Generals have flipped ends of the field, and we're hoping they find the same success that Pineville did on this end, as we're looking at a 2nd and 14. Ball is snapped, looked like maybe an offsides. Hunley's in trouble, trying to escape out, and he throws it at the feet of Allen.
Just throws it away, but he looked like he had a target downfield early and just waited a little bit too late.
So the Generals are going to be looking now at a 3rd and 14 yards from their own 45-yard line. It's
no, so if you're Jackson County's coach here, what are you doing right here?
I think you've got to try to get it in the hands of some of your better athletes. The earlier, the better. Pineville is right in Hunley's face as soon as he hits the ball, and he does a little pitch pass to Allen, who's going to take it. And it looks like he may have fumbled the football. We'll see what comes here. So they're going to mark him down at the 48.
4th down, General.
And so the Generals are now looking at 4th and 11. So a nice little pickup of 3 for Allen on that reception. And it looks like the Generals are going to go for it. They're sending the offense back out onto the field. Hunley lines up in the shotgun. He's got Noah Collett to his left. Ball is snapped. He drops back. He's looking downfield. He's in trouble, and he is going to be sacked at the Jackson County 45-yard line. And this is not good. He is down on the ground.
He's a hard lick there, man.
He's struggling to get up. We hope certainly that maybe he's just had the wind knocked out of him.
Yeah, hopefully he got hit high and low there on the play.
So he walks off the field now, and you can tell he's still in a great deal of pain as he makes his way back here to the general bench. Certainly have to hope that he's okay.
Yeah, you can't lose him. I mean, you know, it'd be like losing your right arm if you're Jackson County. Unless you're left-handed.
So Pineville is now going to take over at the Jackson County 45-yard line. And, you know, if you're the Generals defense here, you have to be looking for more of the same, right?
Yeah. I mean, big lead. I'm handing it to Morris until somebody proves that they can stop him. I mean, that's just the way it is.
Nunley drops back. He is looking out in the flat. It's hard to tell if that was for number 1 Morris or number 7, but either way, the ball hits at the feet of the receiver for an incomplete pass. So Pineville's now going to be looking at a 2nd down and 10 from the 45-yard line. the Generals, for the most part, Justin, have done a pretty good job on Pineville's passing attack.
Yeah, it's been one man. I mean, you take Morris out of their offense, and Jackson County's done really well. Just no answer for the one guy.
Handoff is up the middle to number 12, and he has a big gain down to the Jackson County 30-yard line.
Tackle by Frost.
So that's going to be a pickup of about 14 yards as they mark it just short of the 30 at the general 31-yard line. So once again, we see Pineville making pretty good progress against this general defense on the ground, and this time we have a new.
Yeah, that's been sort of the telltale of the defense. It's had a hard time all year kind of guarding the run.
Nunley drops back, and he is going to make a completed pass to number 10, and they are going to mark him just short of the end zone. So it's going to be 1st and goal Pineville from the 1-yard line after that 30-yard completion.
So 2 big bombs from Nunley.
He's got all of his passing yards on 2 plays.
Yeah, 70 of them in 2 plays.
Nunley in the shotgun. He drops back to pass, and it's incomplete through the back of the end zone.
Pass is incomplete.
Yeah. Right through the hands of Mosier.
Yeah, looked like he had his receiver.
Yeah. Got good throw, just a little too much sauce on it.
I'm going to venture out that it won't be too much longer before we see the ball in Morris's hands.
Yeah, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that he's probably gonna touch it here.
So it's going to be 2nd and goal here for Pineville from the Jackson County 1-yard line. Generals really need a stop here.
I think that's a safe assumption.
Ball is handed off, but it is not to Morris. It is to number 12. And that is Sawyer Thompson, and he is going to walk into the end zone.
Touchdown, Mountain Lions.
So Pineville now is going to line up for another attempted point after attempt, and the last 2 they've attempted, they've missed. There was a penalty, looks like on the prior to the snap on Jackson County. We'll make this a slightly shorter attempt for Pineville. Snap is up, down, and the kick is no good.
I've been partially blocked there by Jackson County.
Nice defensive effort on the play. I couldn't tell who come up with the block, but we do see Jacob Hunley back out on the field. And with that, we are going to take it to a TV timeout, and we will be right back with the action.
As a U.S. veteran, imagine getting the care you need without driving all the way to Lexington. At the Virtual Living Room in McKee, you'll have access to VA doctors who can prescribe medications through an easy-to-use computer set up in a private, comfortable environment inside the Jackson County Public Library. Schedule an appointment through your VA doctor today. Gigabit broadband internet service for the Virtual Living Room is provided by PRTC.
All right, and welcome back to the action. The Generals are getting ready to receive the kickoff after Pineville has scored. The score here is 33-0 Mountain Lions with 8.5 minutes left in the second quarter. Blake Allen back to receive the kick.
If you're just joining us, Generals, like Jacob alluded to us before the break, even though 70 yards in the air for Nunley so far. Really, it's been on 2 plays. Have defended the throw well. It's just been the run they've had a hard time defending. Morris has just been a headache for them in this first half. 5 touchdowns so far. So, contain one man, and it could be a different story.
As the kick goes into the end zone for a touchback, and Jackson County will get started at the 20-yard line. So we got about 8.5 minutes here, Justin. What would you like to see the Generals do to close out this first half if you're a coaching staff or a General fan at home?
Well, score would be on probably number 1 on my list. I mean, just for the morale going into the second half. I think Hunley had some success throwing the ball this game. It's short passes, hasn't really threw anything long, but
as you
I
see,
think I'd stick with that.
As you see another example there of one of the short passes, a little pitch pass to Blake Allen, and he looks like they give him a yard on the play. So 2 yards, I'm sorry. So the Generals are now going to face a 2nd and 8 from their own 22-yard line. Generals come out of the huddle back to the line of scrimmage. Got Noah Collett to the right of Hunley in the shotgun. Hunley takes the snap, drops back, rolls right, and he's going to dump it off to Collett, breaks a tackle, and he's going to pick up a pretty nice little gain down to the 29 of Pineville. Nice little play from the freshman, Justin.
Yeah, Collett's had a good game so far. He seems to be sort of like Morris, kind of hard to tackle. He's a big, strong kid.
And he certainly has a bright future ahead of him here for the General football team.
You stand beside of him, it's hard to believe he's a freshman.
So 3rd and 1 here for the Generals as they come up to the line of scrimmage, and this is a first down they really need to pick up. Hunley from the shotgun, Collett to his left, drops back, rolling left, looking down the field. He's got a receiver, and the ball is dropped by number 7, Frost. So it'll be 4th and 1 for the Generals.
Yeah, and a strong hit after the incompletion on Frost. He would have caught it. The defender's right in his face when he would have caught the ball.
And as a quarterback, he made a nice throw to put it on him, but you also have to be aware of where you're setting up your receiver in the middle of the field.
Yeah, that's why you can't waste a lot of time. You got to go. You're just giving them time to pick up receivers downfield.
Here come the Generals. They are going for it on this 4th and 1. Hunley in the gun, 2 backs to his left and right. Handoff to Collett, who is met at the line of scrimmage, and he is going to be stopped short for a loss of maybe a half a yard.
The Mountain Lions will take over on downs.
So the Generals turn it over on downs, and Pineville will take back over once again deep into the General territory.
And got to get a stop here. I mean,
yeah, it's hard on morale to let the other team score every time they've touched the ball, and to this point, that's what Pineville has done. Nunley from the gun, he is going to hand it off to Morris, and he has a big hole, and he is going to go down at about. Looks like they're going to mark him at the 2-yard line.
And almost another touchdown there. Man, he is very impressive with the ball in his hands.
So the Generals saved the touchdown, but it's after a gain of 26 for Morris on the carry. And Pineville is going to take the 1st and goal snap from the General 2-yard line. Here's the snap. Nunley is going to keep it himself on the read option, and he is going to walk in untouched for a Pineville touchdown.
Touchdown, Mountain Lions.
So that's going to make the score 39-0 in favor of the Mountain Lions from Pineville. And Justin, I'm interested to see here if they go for the extra point again.
Yeah, I mean, General's actually done a good job of. Last time they tried it, got a hand on it, blocked it.
We forced them to 3 straight extra point misses. Here's the snap. This one is up, and it is good, however.
The kick is good.
So that's going to make it 40-0 in favor of the Mountain Lions. And with that, we are going to take a short TV break, and we will be right back with the action in just a few minutes.
From the ranch lands of Montana to Georgia's coastal plains, a nationwide effort is underway to bring high-speed internet to small-town America. Rural broadband providers are taking the initiative to bring advanced digital infrastructure to the regions and the people they serve. Their goal? To enhance quality of life by creating smart rural communities, which utilize a robust fiber network to jumpstart economic growth and improve access to first-rate education, healthcare, and government services. The work is far from over. Together, rural Americans will continue to drive growth and create opportunities by partnering with local telecom providers to build thriving, smart rural communities. And it all starts with the transformative power of rural broadband networks.
And we are back to the action as Pineville is getting ready to kick off the ball after their last scored touchdown. For the Generals, Blake Allen is back to receive, and that's a really nice kick. Bobbled a little by Allen on the reception. However, he's got a big hole.
Loose.
Out past the Pineville 50-yard line, and that is going to be a late hit on Pineville out of bounds for Allen.
There we go.
Flag on the play.
So that's going to be a return of about 35 yards for Allen. And then you can probably count a 15 tacked on to that for the Generals.
Yeah, finally something going Jackson County's way there, and we needed a break. And, get a little momentum going into the half. Show that you can put some points on the board. I mean, never know. Like I say, and we've said, I mean, if you're Jackson County, you take care of a couple guys, and who knows? I mean.
So the official return will be for 40 yards for Allen, and then another 15 tacked on for the personal foul late hit penalty. And so now the Generals may be working in some business deep into Pineville territory as they will take the snap from the 31-yard line. Hunley takes it from the gun, and he is going to hand it off to number 26. Skillman, who is a fairly new addition for this Jackson County team, as he has just moved in. So that's going to be a pickup of about 4. So the Generals now are going to be facing 2nd down and 6. And a penalty marker is thrown very late. We'll see what the penalty is here. Officials still talking it over. Personal foul again on Pineville. And so that's going to add another 15 yards.
Just not very smart penalties on Pineville here, just giving Jackson County yards.
In 2 plays, in 2 penalties, Pineville has given the Generals 30 yards.
About 30 yards, yeah.
So this ball will now be snapped from the Pineville 14-yard line. Hunley back with 2 backs to his right and left, and he is going to hand this one off to Allen. Allen to the right side. He's got an angle. He is going to, oh, he's walked in, but there is a penalty flag
Touchdown, General!
at the 15-yard line, and I've got a bad feeling this one is coming back.
Yeah, it's going to be on Stillman.
Holding is the call. So this will now be first down again for the Generals, but you can back them up 10 yards. So the next snap here will now take place from about the 20, right at the 25-yard line.
See, and going with the theme, Jackson County's being their own worst enemy so far with all these penalties. I mean, it's been the tale of the half. Not being able to contain a couple guys from Pineville and shooting themselves in the foot, like Jacob said. That could be a very different outcome so far.
And the frustrating part about that penalty is Allen already had the edge. There was no need for the hold on the play. He was going to walk into the end zone without the aid of the holding penalty.
Oh, yeah, he was in there, no doubt.
So Hunley's going to try it again, this time from the 24. High snap, but he is going to hand it off once again, and this is Spillman, who is still on his feet, and he's down to the 20-yard line of Pineville for a pickup of 5.
Spillman.
So now we are looking at 2nd down and 15 from the Pineville 20-yard line. And, Justin, this is by far and away the best position in the field the Generals have been in.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's been a good set so far. Good drive for Jackson County. Barring the penalty, they've already scored, and here they are looking down the barrel at a touchdown again.
Timeout is going to be taken by Jackson County. With that, we will also take a TV media timeout. We'll be back in just a few seconds.
With PRTC's new expanded IPTV options, get more channels you love for less. Start with our basic TV tier, then add the expanded and digital tiers for maximum variety, or add specialty tiers to your basic package. Tiers like news and sports, or sports and more, the entertainment tier, kids and family, or our new Heartland tier. To learn more about your expanded IPTV options, call or visit PRTC online today.
And we are back in action here at Jackson County High School. The Generals in their best position of the night with 3.5 minutes left in the second quarter before halftime. Generals knocking on the board here, Lakes, to get some points on the board.
Yeah, and if you just joined us, they've already ran one in, but it got brought back with a penalty on Stillman for holding. Looking at another good opportunity here to get in the end zone for Jackson County.
So Generals now with the 2nd and 15. Hunley from the shotgun. Call it out to his right. He drops back, and this is not ending well.
Nope.
He is going to be sacked at the 29-yard line, and this is not good. Hunley is in a lot of pain down on the ground.
Hunley's already took some shots this game. He already went to the bench once holding his hip or holding his arm, and looks like he's injured it again. You know, we've got to hope that Jackson County can get him back on the field. I mean, without him, they're really in trouble.
So Hunley comes out of the game, and he's walking down here towards the end of the Jackson County sideline. Now in at quarterback, it looks to be number 14, Ashton Ward, maybe?
I've got Tanner Rose at number 14.
Ashton Ward is going to sub in at number 2 at quarterback. So Tanner Rose is going to come into the game and play out wide. And so now Ashton Ward is going to take the shotgun snap with Spillman to his left. Ball is snapped, and this is a draw up the middle. Spillman is going to get about 3 yards. And the Generals are going to be faced with 4th down and long from their own from Pineville's 27-yard line as Spillman now comes off the field hobbling.
That's Stillman. It looked like he might have injured an ankle or maybe a knee, but he's sitting down right now. They're attending to him, and Jackson County, the last thing you want is some injuries here.
Yeah, especially considering how small our numbers are here at school. You definitely got to try to keep your boys healthy going into the locker room and coming out of this game into the rest of the season. So Ward now with the 4th, and looks like about 9 is going to be a screen pass out right, intended for Allen, a little high off the fingertips. And so what once was a promising drive for the Generals is now going to result in a turnover on downs, and Pineville's going to take over at the Jackson County 28-yard line, it looks like, Justin.
And really got to get a stop here for Jackson County. I mean, got to have something positive going in. It really just stinks that they got that penalty on Stillman for holding it. They did get something on the board this half.
So Pineville now, as the clock ticks down under a minute, is going to take the snap from the 28, a little screen pass out left, and this is going to be caught, and he's got a big gain. He's out across midfield, and that is number 7 for Pineville, Eli Thompson. And he is down to the Jackson County, looks like they've got him marked at the Jackson County 44, so that is going to be a gain of 36 yards on the pass and catch. And it looks like Pineville is going to be content with letting this clock run down to 0, and that is going to bring us to halftime with the Pineville Mountain Lions leading the Jackson County Generals 40-0. We will take a break and we'll be back with you.
Get in the circle.
A new network celebrating country music invites you into the circle, where you'll get insider access to all that country has to offer.
There's some magic in here.
I can't wait to watch Circle.
Imagine an experience by the artists for the fans.
You have a home here and you have a place here, and it's a place that you belong.
This is country. This is your community.
It doesn't get any better than this.
We are artist-driven, authentic, fan-focused.
Country music has the most dedicated fans I've ever seen.
Country plays here.
Join me in the circle.
Join us in the circle.
Jessica, we need to leave right now.
I need to get something. Dance recitals are so boring.
There's a meaning no one knows. Wait until we set
So
free.
what's the empty suitcase for?
The grand prize trophy.
Duh.
Confidence. Pass it on.
I was born to be somebody.
There's so many great things about life in gig country, and PRTC is proud to be one more. A local internet provider with all the speed and reliability your family needs, backed by hometown service and support. Whether you need to just check email or power multiple Wi-Fi devices all over your home, we've got the right package for you. Stop by one of our friendly offices, give us a call, or visit us online to learn more. PRTC, your local internet connection. It's been a tough year, and PRTC is here to help by providing the emergency broadband benefit to qualifying customers. While the allotted federal funds last, if anyone in your household qualifies for certain government benefits or has lost substantial income this past year, PRTC may be able to provide free broadband or reduce your current broadband bill by up to $50 a month, one discount available per household. Visit getemergencybroadband.org now to learn more. PRTC, keeping you connected.
Fiber-powered internet from PRTC is fast, crazy fast. Experience crazy fast internet speeds from PRTC with reliable downloads up to 1 gig. Now you can surf, stream, game, chill with speed to spare. And with our new GigaSpire Blast, you'll enjoy the ultimate Wi-Fi experience everywhere in your home. Accelerate your internet. Contact PRTC to sign up or upgrade your internet today.
How'd I do?
You'll get better.
Tim can't wait to be a real driver. But for now, he's king of the online track. Thanks to PRTC Broadband, our 100% fiber network speeds up to 1 gig, give him the edge against players anywhere, even the other end of the couch.
Whoa.
You'll get better.
Visit prtcnet.org to learn more.
Located in the Jackson County Regional Industrial Park in Annville, Kentucky, the Jackson County McKee Industrial Development Authority helps companies and communities win. It is and always will be our mission to recruit new business and industry and support the people in our region. We want the people and industry to stay in Jackson County, and here's why. We offer workforce information and training, business planning for new and existing businesses, the fastest broadband in Kentucky, state-of-the-art facilities, and financial assistance and tax incentives. All of this with a rich culture of communities that care. We were just announced as a certified work-ready in progress area. What does this mean for Jackson County? It means that we're ready to go to work with a diverse, skilled, and dedicated workforce. We now have a prime 22-acre construction-ready location just off the newly constructed Highway 30 and only 18 miles from I-75. Close enough, yet far enough. We're Kentucky's advanced manufacturing hub.
Yes, we're all quite over staying home right now. But we can make it better by streaming the great shows and movies we've been wanting to see. PRTC can help with fast, reliable internet speeds up to 1 gig, enhanced by reliable Wi-Fi. Stream all you want, no matter how many gadgets are going at once. And with our new GigaSpire Blast, you'll enjoy the ultimate Wi-Fi experience everywhere in your home. Contact PRTC to sign up or upgrade today.
So, what are we doing here?
Well, just to trim. Maybe kind of a layered look.
Will you read the sign?
How about some real choice? Like the choices you get with IPTV, new from PRTC. Enjoy free HD and new features like on-screen caller ID. Plus, record 4 programs at once with our HD DVR. PRTC, it's all about you.
Bundle from PRTC is your local choice for internet, TV, and phone at a better value. Our internet's faster than ever with consistent, affordable speeds no matter how many devices are online. State-of-the-art TV connections deliver more HD choices, convenient DVR options, and now TV everywhere. And unlimited local calling with new long-distance plans backed by exceptional 24-hour customer service. Make the local choice for a better value. Call or visit PRTC online today.
This is TV. This is TV Set Free. TV everywhere from PRTC TV sets you free to watch what you want, where you want. Catch your favorite networks, including live TV, ready to watch on any web-connected device for no extra charge. That's TV Set Free. Enjoy the extra value of PRTC TV everywhere. Visit prtcnet.org and sign up today. There are lots of small reasons to have home phone service, and one very big one. 911 emergency location. Only a call from your home phone instantly transmits your address to emergency personnel. Cell phones can't.
911, what's your emergency?
If trouble comes to your home, seconds count. PRTC Home Phone helps first responders do their job. It's a small price to pay for what you can save.
As a U.S. veteran, imagine getting the care you need without driving all the way to Lexington. At the Virtual Living Room in McKee, you'll have access to VA doctors who can prescribe medications through an easy-to-use computer set up in a private, comfortable environment inside the Jackson County Public Library. Schedule an appointment through your VA doctor today. Gigabit broadband internet service for the Virtual Living Room is provided by PRTC.
From the ranchlands of Montana to Georgia's coastal plains, a nationwide effort is underway to bring high-speed internet to small-town America. Rural broadband providers are taking the initiative to bring advanced digital infrastructure to the regions and the people they serve. Their goal? To enhance quality of life by creating smart rural communities, which utilize a robust fiber network to jumpstart economic growth and improve access to first-rate education, healthcare, and government services. The work is far from over. Together, rural Americans will continue to drive growth and create opportunities by partnering with local telecom providers to build thriving, smart rural communities. And it all starts with the transformative power of rural broadband networks.
With PRTC's new expanded IPTV options, get more channels you love for less. Start with our basic TV tier, then add the expanded and digital tiers for maximum variety, or add specialty tiers to your basic package. Tiers like news and sports, or sports and more, the entertainment tier, kids and family, or our new Heartland tier. To learn more about your expanded IPTV options, call or visit PRTC online today.
Get in the circle.
A new network celebrating country music invites you into the circle, where you'll get insider access to all that country has to offer.
There's some magic in here.
I can't wait to watch Circle.
Imagine an experience by the artists, for the fans.
You have a home here and you have a place here, and it's a place that you belong.
This is country. This is your community.
It doesn't get any better than this.
We are artist-driven, authentic, fan-focused.
Country music has the most dedicated fans I've ever seen.
Country plays here.
Join me in the circle.
Join us in the circle.
Hello and welcome back to Jackson County High School. We are at halftime here, and it is 40-0 in favor of the Mountain Lions from Pineville. And here with some first half stats is my partner, Justin Lakes.
Thank you, Jacob. For Jackson County, 76 yards in the air that half, 63 rushing yards, threw one interception, turned the ball over 3 times, had 8 penalties thrown against them, which was really, the tale of the half for Jackson County. Blake Allen had found a hole, run it in for about a 15-yard touchdown. Stillman with the hold brought the ball back to about the 15 or 20-yard line. Just didn't score after that, turned the ball over, and just killed them. For Pineville, 106 yards in the air, 131, rushing yards at half, 67 of those coming from Morris, who has, just been like a bolt of lightning with a football in his hand. 3 sacks against Jackson County, 6 touchdowns at half, Nunnally accounting for one of those. and 2 points after the touchdown. So, just been all Pineville all first half. Not no way to really paint it any other way other than Pineville is being in control from the coin flip, and hopefully, Jackson County can make some adjustments at halftime here and have a little bit better showing this second half.
Yeah, so, crazier things could happen, but if you're Jackson County, you're looking to come into the second half trying to build some positive momentum moving forward.
Yeah.
So what would you like to see the Generals try to accomplish here in the second half to finish the rest of the season on a high note?
Well, first and foremost, I think you got to cut the penalties down, obviously. I'm sticking to the gun that says penalties is, offensively, is just absolutely murderous this first half. You can't pick up 15 and then lose 15 the next play. In my opinion, that's what Jackson County needs to do: take better care of the football and watch the penalties. As far as Pineville goes, I think you just keep on keeping on. If you give the ball to Morris, he looks like Barry Sanders out there right now. So, I think the game plan's pretty easy for them. You're going to have a running clock here pretty soon, I guess, in the second half. Was it run from the bell?
Yeah, it'll be a running clock for the entirety of the second half.
So, just for morale's sake for Jackson County, you don't want to see that going on. You want to get some stops, get the ball in the end zone. And, I think they can score. They've showed they can. It's just the penalties have taken them away once they have.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And you mentioned the penalty by Spillman in the first half to negate the one touchdown for the Generals. And really, sort of the frustrating part about most of these penalties is they're all unnecessary. They're either late after the whistle or holding penalties in that case that was well behind the play after Allen already had sealed the edge.
Well, also the penalty on Stillman was a ticky-tack penalty in a 40-0 game. Didn't really have to call that one and probably shouldn't have. But it is what it is, as the old saying goes.
All right, and that's going to bring us down to just a few seconds left. I'm looking out onto the field, and Pineville's out ready to roll, and we're still waiting on the Generals to come out of the locker room. Here come the coaches, followed by the officials, and still no sight of the General players. Here they come out of the tunnel from the school. So we're going to get an additional 3 minutes has been placed in the clock. And so, Justin, tonight's game's not the only big game in the Commonwealth this weekend. We've got a big matchup in the SEC tomorrow as well.
Yeah, and I've got tickets to it, and let me tell you, if they win, I'm climbing a goalpost. So just be watching the game. You see me, I'm going to be on the top of it. I don't care if it takes me out the rest of the day after the game. I'm tearing it down myself.
It's coming down.
With my bare hands, it's coming down. I'm going to be absolutely raucous if they win that game. And, that's going to be a great environment. Kentucky has got to play their A game, obviously. But if you get a B game out of Florida and you got your A, hey, man, anything can happen. I think if both of them come, play their best game, Florida might be a little bit better team. But, you've not seen the best out of Kentucky either. You've got Will Levis had two games in a row. Just kind of laid an egg. You've relied on other ways to win, but I think Kentucky's gets it all going together. Hey, man, anything can happen. I'll tell you what's going to happen. Me rushing the field if they win, just like I said.
And something you mentioned earlier, it's sort of hurt these Generals. It's also hurt our Kentucky football team, turning the ball over late and had a tough time keeping control of the ball, even though they're undefeated and sporting a 4-0 record. That's something they'd like to clean up going into tomorrow night's contest with Florida.
Yeah. Been a while since we've been 2-0 and 4-0. As far as this game goes, looks like we still got Stillman on the sideline over here. He's hobbling around. I mean, doesn't look good for him. Got to wonder how Hunley's doing too. Hunley took some big shots in the first half. Came out of the game a couple times holding his hip or his arm. He's kind of holding his arm down by his hip. We couldn't really tell which one was hurting him worse. But that's something you got to keep your eye on if you're Jackson County. It's a 40-0 game. You get up you get down a couple more touchdowns. There's really no use in letting him absolutely get throttled out here and be out for the rest of the season with some kind of injury. I mean, you got to take your wounds and go on. You don't want him to compound, this loss with another loss in your best player. So.
Yeah, and you're exactly right. And as the Generals come here to their sideline, I'm scanning the field for Hunley, and I don't see him. So I see him here on the left-hand side now. So
and still, from behind him, still looks like he's kind of holding that arm or something, maybe a forearm or elbow or something. Yeah. He's took some, like we said, some big hits the first half. Looks like the elbow, and I mean, he's a quarterback. That's obviously not what you want to see him laboring on.
And we don't have any official word on his status for the game as the second half gets ready to start, but you have to think that it's definitely questionable on whether we'll see him in this game from here on out or not.
Right, yeah. Probably going to see a little more Ashton Ward back in the pocket for Jackson County in the second half, and, I don't blame Coach Halleck for that. He's too valuable to your team to lose him in a 40-0 ball game.
Yeah, he's the team's leading passer and rusher, so he's definitely someone they want to get healthy leading into the rest of the season. So Pineville's going to receive the second half kickoff from the Generals, as they are going to be going from our left to right to begin this third quarter. So the Generals will kick.
And as we allude to, got a running clock until it is within 35. Am I correct?
If I'm not mistaken, Justin, I think once it crosses that limit, it runs even if they get it back to a 4-point game again.
Oh, okay. I got you.
So Clifton back to kick off. He has a pretty nice kick. It's going to be caught by Morris at his own 10.
Somebody get him quick.
And he's on the outside, and this is going to be taken
unbelievable.
to
Flag.
the house. I think the Generals may be bailed out here with a block in the back. We hope so, because Morris took that 90 yards to the house untouched.
Yep. And thanks to our hot dog vendor, Dustin Coffee here. We got a little food in the booth. But, man, what a run by Morris. This kid is just so impressive with the football. Unbelievable. We're still waiting to see if the flag is on the play. Look like maybe against Pineville.
Yeah, they're backing the ball up and the sticks up. So it does look like that touchdown return is going to be negated. But still, really good starting field position here for Pineville as they'll start once again inside Jackson County territory. This is going to actually be brought back to the 48 of Pineville. So they'll be just short of midfield, facing a first down and 10 with 10 minutes left on the clock here. Jackson County runs in a late substitution to the line, and they've got too many men on the field. This is going to be a penalty. Passes in the air to number 12, and he's got a big hole on, and he is still going, and he's finally wrestled out of bounds after a pickup of 27 yards. You have to imagine this penalty will be declined if you're Pineville. And it is indeed declined. And Pineville will have a first down and 10 from the general 25-yard line. So we seen Pineville early really hurt the Generals on the ground, and now they've sort of went to their air attack. As the handoff is to number 12 up the seam, and he's got about 7 down to the 19.
Tackle by Dunn.
19, so a pickup of 6 for number 12, and that is
Sawyer Thompson. He's averaging a couple rushing yards a game. Looks like might not play a whole lot for Pineville.
Big kid for just a freshman.
Yeah.
Nunley in the gun, hands off this time, and he is wrapped up. That is number 34 for Pineville on the carry, but he is met with a hurry by Jackson County's own freshman, Noah Collett, for a loss of about, looks like a loss of about 2 yards. So the next snap here will be taken by Pineville at the Jackson County 25-yard line as they face a 3rd down and 10. Play action out to the flat to number 2, and he is going to get the 1st down easily, and he is going to be taken out of bounds at the 10-yard line of Jackson County. He is going to be tackled by number 26 for the Generals, and that is Spillman.
Well, good to see Stillman back in the game. We were concerned at halftime he might not see much action. He still is kind of hobbling around on that leg.
So Pineville now, once again, a 1st and goal in general territory. Nunley takes the snap. He hands it up the middle, and he is going to be met by a host of Generals.
Tackle by Collett.
That once again includes Noah Collett.
Two good stops up front by Jackson County here this drive.
You know, we alluded to earlier that Pineville has a very experienced roster, so it's nice to see some of these young Generals coming in and making an impact here early in the second half.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's got a couple big guys up front, not afraid to bang around with the big upperclassmen of Pineville.
So Nunley back in the gun. He takes the snap. This is going to be a handoff on the left side, and he is going to be met again by Collett.
Collett, a one-man wrecking crew this drive.
And he's come out of the locker room, Justin, flying all over the field making stops.
Yeah, he's taking matters into his own hands.
So now he gets the stop for. Looks like Pineville may have gained 2 yards on the play, so now Pineville is going to face a 3rd and goal from the Jackson County 7-yard line. We're down to 5 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. Snap is to Nunley. Play fake, and he has his man, and he is into the end zone with a nice little play action pass to number, looks like the completion was to number 20, who is Luke Akers, a junior for Pineville. So that's going to make it 46-0 Mountain Lions, and they are coming on to attempt the point after. Snap is up, hold is good, and the kick is good.
Kick is good.
So that is going to push the score to 47-0 now in favor of the Mountain Lions, as the Generals will receive the kickoff. With that, we are going to go to a TV timeout, and we'll be right back with the action.
Okay, bye.
You know, your dad and I are thinking about dropping the home phone service.
Really, Mom? Have you thought this through?
Yeah, we were just thinking that.
About dropped calls, or dead cell phone batteries, or not being able to use the phones we have all over the house?
Well, we weren't thinking about all that.
I'm sure you'll make the right decision, Mom.
There are a lot of good reasons to have home phone service, and when you keep your service with PRTC, it's a great value. Think it through, then contact PRTC.
Choose the car. We need
need to leave right now.
I need to get something. Dance recitals are so boring.
There's a me no one knows. Waiting to be set
So,
free.
what's the empty suitcase for?
The grand prize trophy.
Duh.
Confidence. Pass it on.
I was born to be somebody.
All right, welcome back to Jackson County High School. We're back here with the action as Pineville is going to kick the ball off from their own 40-yard line, and Blake Allen looks to be back to receive the kick here for the Generals, and it's going to be squibbed, and the Generals are going to fall on it at the 37-yard line. So they'll have decent starting field position.
So, Jacob, being the football aficionado that you are, explain why somebody would squib kick when they're up by 47 points.
I was just thinking the same thought. I can't really figure that out unless you're trying to shoot for the shutout and you realize that Allen just about took it to the house on you last time you kicked it to him.
Well, unless he's going to score a touchdown for 47 points, which I don't think is how this game goes.
Yeah, unless they change the rules overnight, I don't think it works like that. Hunley is back in the game at quarterback, and he hands this off to Collett going down the left side. He's got a nice gain. He's down past midfield, and he's down to about the officials are going to mark him at the
We've got a first
49-yard
down,
line. And the Generals are into Pineville territory as Noah Collett once again is trying to spark this Generals offense. So that was a pickup of 11 yards for
Collett. He has been an absolute tank this game, defensively and offensively. Two big stops in here on the defensive end a minute ago. Man, this guy's a freshman. I mean,
hand off this time to Allen. He's got a big hole on the right side. He's down to the 35. He's still on his feet, and he is going to be brought down at about the 33-yard line. And so that's going to be good for a gain of 16 yards on the carry by senior Blake Allen. A nice little shifty move there to get out in space.
Yeah, Blake Allen, you see why he's one of the leaders in rushing yards for Jackson County. He's very fast, too, and, really picks a good route when he's got the ball in the open field.
And you can tell this pretty quickly from watching this team. They want to get the ball in him, in his hands as much as possible, as well as Collett, who has it now on the carry, and he's going to take it down to the 20. And he's going to pick up, looks to be another first down. Yes, they are moving the chains.
That's another first down, General.
As he picks up a gain of right at 10 yards. And so now a Pineville player was injured. They're walking off on their own power. And so the Generals are now going to take the next snap back into Pineville territory as we approach 2 minutes left.
So give Collett 21 yards rushing just in this drive. I mean, very impressive for an underclassman.
Yes, it certainly is. Hunley with the snap, and he's going to hand it to Collett again up the middle. He's got a seam on the right side. He is going to break the plane, and he is going to score a touchdown
and that's
on a 21-yard run and gain by Noah Collett, the freshman. Really nice cutback.
Yeah, very nice. Very nice play by Collett. He was bound to score that drive. He's very determined, it seemed like, with the football in his hand after that, after halftime. So that's a bright spot for Jackson County. And, just like, Pineville with Morris, hey, I just watched a man go from goal line to goal line almost, and nobody could stop him. So, I feel like if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
He's certainly hard to take down once he gets the ball in his hands.
Yeah.
And as we were saying right before the snap, that appears to be the General's game plan, is to give it to him and Allen as much as possible moving forward.
Well, from what I've seen, that'd be a good game plan.
And Allen is going to walk into the end zone for this point after attempt. So
conversion is
the
good
Generals are going to successfully complete the 2-point conversion. And that is going to make it a 47-8 game as the clock is still running. And it is now stopped by the officials, and we are going to take that opportunity and go to break. We'll be right back with the action.
There's so many great things about life in gig country, and PRTC is proud to be one more. A local internet provider with all the speed and reliability your family needs, backed by hometown service and support. Whether you need to just check email or power multiple Wi-Fi devices all over your home, we've got the right package for you. Stop by one of our friendly offices, give us a call, or visit us online to learn more. PRTC, your local internet connection.
All right, welcome back to Jackson County High School. As the Generals have just gotten on the board here late in the third quarter as we're down to 33 seconds left. Generals line up for the kickoff, and this looks to be senior Landon Clifton, and he is going to squib it himself, and that's going to be recovered by Pineville, and this could be trouble. Pineville's number 11 recovers, and the Generals do a good job swarming the ball
by a host of Generals
and limiting his return. And Pineville will start the fourth quarter at the 47-yard line. And we are going to keep it right here through the end of the third quarter. As we're down to 12 minutes left of play, what can we expect to see here in the fourth quarter moving forward?
Well, I think, Jackson County might be on to something offensively there. After that last drive, they got the ball in the hands of Collett, got the ball in the hands of Allen, scored pretty handily, picked up the two-point conversion, and, really seemingly done it effortlessly. A couple big pickups from Collett, one 11-yard gain, one 21-yard gain, and I mean, like I said a minute ago, if it's working, stick with it, baby.
That's right. You like to see the Generals coming out of halftime giving the ball to some of their better playmakers and being rewarded for that effort.
Right, yeah, absolutely. Like we said, score is what it is, but, I look out there and see two or three really good athletes for Jackson County. Allen, Hunley, Collett, very impressive players in their own right.
So Pineville now is going to take the next snap as the clock starts at their own 47-yard line. And this is still quarterback Jason Nunley in the gun, and he is going to hand it off to number 25, and he's down across midfield for a gain of about 6.
Tackled by
Make that 4, and the ball is going to be marked right at the 49-yard line of Jackson County. Tackled once again by Collett.
Collett doing a little bit of everything.
Yeah, and you see Pineville start to get some of their younger backs involved, as that was Noah Mason, a sophomore for Pineville, with the carry.
Haven't seen a physical specimen like Collett since I seen you play ball, Jacob.
I'm afraid I've never seen that sort of physical fitness.
Tackle by Spillman.
So that is a handoff up the middle to number 34 for Pineville. And that is going to be a good gain, good enough for the first down, as he picks up about 6. And so the next snap here will happen at the general 43-yard line. And that was Jonathan Beverly with the carry, another sophomore for Pineville. Nunley from the gun. He's got two backs, right and left. hands off to Beverly again and hit in the backfield, but he's able to break it, and he is going to turn a positive gain out of it as he bursts across the 40, and he's going to be marked out at the 37-yard line of Jackson County.
And that was, call it almost with the tackle in the backfield there. I mean, you know, he's, like I say, if nobody else has come out of that tunnel with some fire in their gut, Noah Collett has.
And there's something to be said for coming out and playing hard and trying to make a respectable showing out of the second half.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you can lay down and quit, but Noah Collett's definitely not a good hit there.
And that's number 27
by Dalen Dunn.
And that was a really big hit, which is going to force a third down and about 3 for Pineville at the Jackson County 36-yard line.
Might see you down there next weekend. Yeah, that'd be good. Overton's 411. Yeah, I know. I gotta go to.
So that was a big hit by junior Dalen Dunn for Jackson County, and it's going to force Pineville into a 3rd and short from their 35-yard line. Nunley takes the snap. He hands off to number 33. Number 33. And he is tackled for no gain. And that is junior Tim Hall on the carry. And that's going to bring up a 4th and 1 for Pineville at the general 34-yard line. And
Pineville has a 4th down. Let's get behind this General's defense.
And it looks like Pineville is going to try to go for it. As Nunley is running back onto the field. Sort of a surprising move considering score and time of the game. And Nunley's going to be in the shotgun. And he takes the snap and he hands off, and it's Hall once again. He was met in the backfield, but he's got the first down and then some as he takes it all the way down to the Jackson County 25-yard line. So he picks up
tackle
about
by Perky.
15 yards on that carry.
Pineville really running it down the neck of Jackson County so far in this second half.
And I would be surprised to see that game plan change moving forward.
Yeah, but no sense in risking throwing a pick, especially when they've been successful with a run.
So we're down to 7 minutes left in this football game, and Pineville is going to take a timeout with 7:10 remaining, and we are going to take a timeout with this. We'll be right back with the rest of the game.
It's been a tough year, and PRTC is here to help by providing the emergency broadband benefit to qualifying customers. While the allotted federal funds last, if anyone in your household qualifies for certain government benefits or has lost substantial income this past year, PRTC may be able to provide free broadband or reduce your current broadband bill by up to $50 a month. One discount available per household. Visit getemergencybroadband.org now to learn more. PRTC, keeping you connected.
Welcome back to Jackson County High School, where we are hosting the Pineville Mountain Lions in the 4th quarter of this football game here. Pineville currently leading by a score of 47-8 as we approach 7 minutes left in this game in what will be a running clock the rest of the way. Pineville is getting ready to take the first down snap at the Jackson County 25-yard line.
And here we go with the clock.
And handoff up the middle. Once again, it's junior J.T. Hall, and he is going to pick up, looks like they mark him at the 22-3-yard line, so a pickup of about 2 yards, and the Pineville Mountain Lions are going to face a 2nd and 8 as the clock continues to tick down. a high snap over the head of the new quarterback, number 12, and he ultimately falls on the ball, but it's going to be after a big loss as the ball goes all the way down back to the general 39-yard lines where they're going to mark it.
Tackled by 42 of the Generals.
So now playing quarterback for Pineville is number 12, Sawyer Thompson, who we've seen earlier involved in the running game and the receiving game as well, now taking over quarterback duties.
That was Mr. Lane Edwards with the tackle.
Yes, Pineville finally electing to take Nunley out of the game. And looks like Morris as well.
Thompson back in the gun, just a freshman, a big kid. Takes the snap, and he's running left, and he's got a pretty big hole if he can get to the edge. He gets a decent gain, but he's going to be tackled and thrown out of bounds by number 26, Spillman, with a nice hit on Thompson, the ball carrier. So we've got a 4th down coming up and 19 facing Pineville as we're down to about 5 minutes remaining. We'll see what Pineville elects to do here. It appears they may be going for it. Thompson comes back out onto the field.
Pineville has a 4th down. Let's get behind this General defense.
He has junior J.T. Hall lined up to his right. He takes the shotgun snap, he rolls out right, and he is going to carry the ball. Gets to the outside. He's got a nice gain of about 10, but it is not going to be enough to pick up the 1st down. So Jackson County will take over the ball on that turnover on downs.
The Generals held. It will be General football.
Nice stop there by the General defense.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is a good stop, and got to get something going here. I mean, just for the going forward season. I mean, let's get another score on the board. And
so we seen last drive Collett and Allen get involved pretty heavily in the run game. We can probably expect to see some more of that coming forward, I would imagine.
I've yet to see Collett line up with anybody that can stop him. I mean, just plain and simple. Even in the first half, before the game got out of hand, he was a load then. So I mean, he played the biggest part of the game, about every down, and had a lot of touches and made a lot of plays defensively too. And he's still not backing down any. He's still a bull.
This is going to be Jacob Hunley with the carry, and he takes a pretty big hit, but he also gives it back.
Hunley.
He's going to get about 5 yards, looks like, where they're going to mark him. So we're going to see a 2nd down and 5 here for the Generals at their own 30-yard line.
So, if you can take any positives from the game, Jacob, what would they be?
Well, I think your skill players, once you got the ball in their hands, really showed you something that you can have going forward, as you see sort of once again with Allen, who picks up another 4 or 5 yards on the carry. He's going to be close to a 1st down, just short, and they're going to face a 3rd and less than 1. I think if you're Jackson County, you really have to like what you've seen out of Collett, especially in the 2nd half.
Yeah, he's an encouraging light going forward for sure.
On both sides of the ball.
Yeah.
So, and you got to love the toughness from Hunley, who's been down to injury 2 different times. As Collett's got the handoff, and he's got a big gain. He's out across midfield, and he's down to the Pineville 46-yard line. And so that's going to be good for a gain of 21 again on the ground for Noah Collett. And we are down under 2 minutes left in the final quarter.
Just as we spoke about, Noah, another big run from him again.
Hunley in the gun, hands it off, same play. Not hardly the same result, but still going to be a plus
Carry
gain of
by
about
Collett.
4 yards for Collett. See where they mark him down here at. They're going to mark him at the 43-yard line of Pineville. So he gained 6 on the play. It's going to be second down and
the flag.
See what this is. I think it's going to be offsides as Pineville jumps. It is. So we are now down under 60 seconds to play as they're going to advance the ball 5 yards forward. And we'll see here what the Generals elect to do with the remaining time on the clock. Hunley's going to take the shotgun snap. He's got Collett and Allen. He's going to keep it on the read option. He cuts back left-handed. Got a pretty nice gain. He's still on his feet, and he's tackled down at the 29-yard line.
Carry by Hunley. That's good for a first down, Generals.
It's good for a first down and a gain of 12. And the Generals are going to elect to take a timeout.
We've got a timeout, Generals.
And we are going to stay here through the break. So, what would be some positives you would look for moving forward?
Well, I mean, you stole my thunder, really. I would have said the same thing. I mean, if you can look at anything positive, it's some of these younger guys are, doing a really good job, like Noah Collett. I mean, just being an absolute animal out there. I mean, this is a good or decent 1A school from Pineville, and no answer at all from Noah. I mean, just none. So, I'm like you. Your skill set players are playing just like they should against against a decent defense. So, I just think that going forward, you got to look at your younger guys and say, hey, we might have something here.
Yeah, you mentioned Pineville. Pineville comes into the night with a record of 4-1, playing some pretty good competition in their class, and they're having a really good year. Hunley takes a snap. He's got a little screen play out right to Allen. He's got a big gain. He's out to the 20, 15, 10, 5, and he's going to be knocked out of bounds at the – let's see where they mark him. They're going to mark him at the
timeout, Generals.
3-yard line, and Jackson County is going to take another timeout with 15 seconds left as they are, once again, putting it in the hands of some of their – better athletes in the second half and seeing some rewards. And that is a gain of 18 yards on the catch and run by Blake Allen. I think one thing leaving this game that young kids, especially on this team, have to keep in mind, they have to be accepting and happy to see some of the progress they've made moving forward and not be discouraged by the overall score of the game.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's like college. You can't hang your head too low. You prove that you can play against good competition at the freshman level.
Hunley takes a snap
Carry by Allen
and
for a
off to
touchdown,
Allen, who is going to walk
Generals.
untouched into the end zone for the second Generals touchdown of the night, and that is going to bring an end to the game clock. And so that will be a final score here from Jackson County High School. The Pineville Mountain Lions 47 and the Jackson County Generals 14.
Program tonight. Everybody have a safe weekend. We have another
We are going to take a quick
from
commercial
tonight.
break, and we will be back with some final stats and wrap up tonight's action.
Fiber-powered internet from PRTC is fast, crazy fast. Experience crazy fast internet speeds from PRTC with reliable downloads up to 1 gig. Now you can surf, stream, game, chill with speed to spare. And with our new GigaSpire Blast, you'll enjoy the ultimate Wi-Fi experience everywhere in your home. Accelerate your internet. Contact PRTC to sign up or upgrade your internet today.
How'd I do?
You'll get better.
Tim can't wait to be a real driver. But for now, he's king of the online track. Thanks to PRTC Broadband, our 100% fiber network speeds up to 1 gig, give him the edge against players anywhere, even the other end of the couch.
Whoa. You'll get better.
Visit prtcnet.org to learn more.
Located in the Jackson County Regional Industrial Park in Annville, Kentucky, the Jackson County McKee Industrial Development Authority helps companies and communities win. It is and always will be our mission to recruit new business and industry and support the people in our region. We want the people and industry to stay in Jackson County, and here's why. We offer workforce information and training, business planning for new and existing businesses, the fastest broadband in Kentucky, state-of-the-art facilities, and financial assistance and tax incentives. All of this with a rich culture of communities that care. We were just announced as a certified work-ready in progress area. What does this mean for Jackson County? It means that we're ready to go to work with a diverse, skilled, and dedicated workforce. We now have a prime 22-acre construction-ready location just off the newly constructed Highway 30 and only 18 miles from I-75. Close enough, yet far enough. We're Kentucky's advanced manufacturing hub.
Hello and welcome back to Jackson County High School on this fine Friday evening as we are wrapping up tonight's action between the Pineville Mountain Lions and your Jackson County Generals and the final score of 47-14. With some final game stats, here's my partner Justin Lakes.
His Jackson County 86 yards through the air, 174 yards on the ground. I mean, and a lot of those coming from Collett second half. A couple touchdowns in the game. Just 3 turnovers for the entire game. Pineville, 137 passing yards, 194 rushing yards. Only turned the ball over once. Like we said, Morris, they took him out. The second half didn't play, 67 yards rushing. Scored 5 touchdowns himself. Took him out of the game early. 3 field goals for Pineville. And, you know, like we were saying, if you're going to take a positive away from it, you know, you had some young guys that played good. Noah Collett played really good, especially in that second half. You know, Blake Allen had a good game. You know, another good game out of Hunley. Your guys that you rely on played well, and that's about all you can ask for.
Yeah, and to sort of hit on some of the keys you've already mentioned, Pineville just gained 330 yards of total offense, but still put 47 points on the board, and a lot of it was from they were starting inside the general 20 most of the night.
Yeah.
So they didn't have very far to take it to be able to get to pay dirt. So those are things that Jackson County definitely will look to sort of clean up and shore up moving into the rest of the season. But like you said, you know, if you're a Generals fan coming out of tonight, you have to be happy with what you've seen out of some of your younger players and some of your skill positions.
Yeah, that's exactly right. You know, like I said, just trying to look for a positive out of this game. That's it. You know, you had some guys that played good that were younger. You know, maybe you can say, well, we got something going forward here.
So we're here and we're wrapping things up. And, you know, Jackson County, unfortunately, after this game will drop to 1-5, and Pineville will move to 5-1. And I think that's going to wrap us up for tonight. So for Justin Lakes, TJ Isaacs, Lucas Hensley, and Mark Sulfridge, this is Jacob Bowling thanking you for joining us tonight, and we'll see you next time for more coverage of local and regional high school sports here on PRTC TV.